Knockout Women's Boxing Club, and welcome to Knockout Boxing Basics Episode 2, where we're going to talk to you all about how to master your jab. If you have not yet watched Episode 1, we recommend you do so before continuing to watch this episode, because in Episode 1 we talk about how to master your stance. And remember, boxing starts from the ground up, so you're going to need to watch that video first. So if you haven't watched that video, head over to Episode 1. If you have, stay tuned and we will talk to you about how to master your jab. Hi guys, I have Kara here, one of our knockouts, to help us teach you how to master your jab. So Kara's just going to start off in her proper stance. Again, if you've not watched our How to Master Your Stance video, make sure you go and watch that before you continue watching this. Okay, so she's right-handed. So her left hand will be her jab. Here at Knockout, that is how we teach our jab. We do teach only one jab, and that will be the lead hand. So for a right-handed person like Kara, that will be her left hand. So she's going to put her hands up in her guard. And again, this hand, her left hand, is going to be her jab. The jab is a straight punch. It comes straight out and straight back in a straight line. And the target for the jab is pretty much the front of the scoring zone. So from the belly button or waist up, anywhere in the front of the torso, as well as the front of the face. So with this punch, proper setup is very important. She's got a great guard, awesome stance here. Her elbow is down, palms are facing in. So she's going to start off like this with her vertical fist, and she's going to extend that arm out from the shoulder, and at the very last second she's going to turn the punch over just like this so that her palm is facing down. That snap or turnover of the punch is very important. Other thing is when she's making contact with something, a bag or her opponent or a punchman, we want to make contact with these first two knuckles right here, not the little fingers at the end and not the palm of the hand. And then the other important part of the jab, or any punch for that matter, is the retraction or the recoil of the punch. So she is going to bring that punch in exactly the same way it went out. So I'm going to have her do that again very slow. She's going to keep the elbow down. She's going to slowly extend that arm away from her body, turning it over at the last second, and then pulling it back in. The other thing you want to make sure that you're doing is adding a little bit of body rotation here, because the jab, again, is not a power punch, so we can make it a little bit more forceful by adding some body rotation. So it's very subtle. So what she's going to do is, as she extends this punch out, she's going to ever so slightly pull her right shoulder back. This makes the punch a little bit longer. It takes her scoring zone and turns it away from her opponent a little bit more, and adds some torque and rotation to the punch too. Again, add a little bit more force, and then her arm pulls back in and the body recoils back into the starting position. So I'll have her do that again. She's going to extend the arm out, body pulls to the right a little bit, and she pulls back in. Okay, so that is a great jab. Not always the easiest punch to master because it is your non-dominant hand, but it is one of the most used punches in boxing. So you are going to want to master this because it sets up a lot of your combos. It's also a good gauge of your range and your distance. So again, make sure that you're mastering that punch, practicing it over and over again. And ideally, again, make sure you're pulling that punch right back to your guard. One of the biggest mistakes people make with throwing any punch is extending that punch out and then rolling it down and bringing it back up. We want to make sure we're bringing our punches out and straight back. So whether you're right-handed or left-handed, all of these tips apply. Obviously, if you are left-handed, your jab will then be your right hand versus your left hand. So we hope that was helpful, you guys, in again mastering that jab. It is the first punch we teach all of our knockouts here. So we hope that was helpful, and we will see you in Episode 3 where we talk about how to master your cross.